Hi there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'll show you how I went from this right here to this. If you want to see how I got to restyle this wig, cut it and get it looking really beautiful, please keep on watching and let's get right into this tutorial. This is the hair that we're working with, and for this closure area I used a 18-inch closure with 3 bundles of 20-inch hair. Notice that the closure is shorter. So what I'm trying to do here is to add layers to the upper part of the wig so that 20-inch bundle sort of matches with that 18-inch closure, and it doesn't look like the closure is just hanging somewhere while the bundle is at the bottom part beneath the closure. I'm using this razor comb to add layers, and I also went in with my scissors to also cut the wig going on a downward motion. What I'm trying to achieve is a very face framing layers, that the layers frames the face and also just hugs the body when it falls on the body, because that's the way I'm going to coil the hair so that the coils move on a backward direction. I'm also going to continue adding layers to match the length of the closure with about 3 tracks beneath where the closure is under. So you can see that when I cut one side, I sort of use the length of that one side I cut to follow up to cut the side beside it. So I go back and take more hair and I just measure the length of the one I had cut, and I keep on adding from the sides that I haven't cut to add more layers to until I get to the other end of the wig. So just watch and see how I'm doing it. You can see that side there that I had cut and the side I hadn't cut. I dropped the side I had cut and I cut it to match the length of the one that I had. The one I hadn't cut, I cut it to match the length of the one that I had cut. So I'm going to do this continually until I get to the other end of the wig, and then I can proceed to adding layers to the bottom part of the wig. And also I want it to have like 3 levels. So the first level is this one I'm currently on right now. The closure, where the closure is one level. I'm matching the closure length to this other level right here. And the next level is going to be sort of like the second level, and then there's going to be like the bottom level. So this one we are currently on right now is the first level that sort of flows in with the closure area. So you can see how I'm doing it. Yeah. And you notice that how I'm cutting it is such that the layers are sort of on the same level for that first step that I'm doing. And when I get to the corner, I cut it diagonally so that it's in a downward direction. It's not really something I can really describe with my words well. I think I haven't gotten the right way to describe it, but by just watching me style this wig, you get to see what I'm doing. So I'm cutting it on this side right here in a downward direction after I'd already added the layers on the back side. So on the front side, I cut downward direction layers, which are sort of going to be face framing layers. So after I'm done doing this, what I'm going to do right now is to change the pattern on the hair. Initially it was sort of like on a C part, but right now I want to add more layers when the wig is going to be like on a middle part, so that I can choose to style this wig as a middle part to have layers. I can choose to also style it as a C part to have layers, whichever one that I want. So you can see right now as a middle part I'm also adding layers to it, and I'm going now to sort of section off the areas that I had added layers just to, and I still see that there are still some parts where the layers were not really defined. So I just go in with my scissors and cut it off, and for the rest, and for that upper part now I'm going to clip it away. And when I clip it away, I'm going to start working on the lower sides of the hair. But I just added a little bit more layers to that area right there before I clipped it away. Then next I'm going to start working on the next section, which is like the second section of layers that I want to add to the hair. So you can see while I hold it right there, I sort of cut it diagonally, like in a downward direction, and I go back in and I cut a larger chunk. As I cut a larger chunk, I'm going to leave out the area that I already added layers to and just cut the ones that are still sort of longer. You can see how I'm going in a downward direction, and I'm going to do it until I get to the middle part and towards the other end of the wig. So I come through it and I start cutting it in the opposite direction, going to meet it at the other side where I'd cut it to so that it sort of meets each other on the same level. And after cutting it now, for the bottom part, I just cut it in all together. I hold the tip and I cut it off so that the bottom part is on the same level. So with the way I cut this hair now, when I start coiling it, the curls are going to come in together and just look very balanced and very beautiful. It's going to flow in a very beautiful pattern. So right now, after combing and cutting through the hair, what I want to do right now is to bleach the knots on the lace, and I'm going to use this 40 volume developer and mix it in with that blue bleaching powder. Mix it together completely and ensure that I have a thick consistency. Then I'm going to turn the wig, flip the wig around on the mannequin head and apply that mixture of the developer and bleaching powder to the lace area. I'm using my knife to apply the products to the lace. What I'm trying to do is to bleach the knot on the lace, and think that I don't over bleach my knots because I don't want a situation whereby the knots are over bleached and my client has to be changing her closure frequently. No, I don't do that. So I just bleach it very lightly. And one thing I also noticed is, you know, this thing where lots of American hairstylists tend to pluck their knots very well, that the front of their lace looks very, very natural and skin-like. It's not everybody that likes that look. Some clients like their wigs, their closure area to be full, especially when you have clients that are older. They like their closure area to be full. So you need to really understand what type of client you're working with before you go in and start making your closure area to be bald. So what I typically do is when I'm styling the wig, when I haven't sewed it to somewhere, I don't over pluck the lace. It's when someone has bought the wig, the person tells me how the person wants it. The person wants the closure area to be well plucked and all of that. That's when I go in to do that. So for when I'm styling the wig just to sample it, I don't go in to do all of that. It's when I've sewed it that I can now go in to really customize the wig to how the person wants it. Let's say the person wants the C part, the middle part, side part. I can go back in later and restyle it. But this one now is just to teach you guys how to style this particular style that I'm doing. So what I'm doing right now is I'm styling the closure area. You can see that I applied my hair wax and I also sprayed my heat protectant spray. Got this to ensure that the closure area lays very flat and clean. So I'm using my hot coiling wand to flatten the entire closure area while I use my comb to comb through it, and I keep flattening the hair around the closure area. And take note, some people don't even like their closure area to be over flat. So just know the kind of client you're working with. If she doesn't really like the closure area to be flat, what you can do is you can use your comb and just comb through it to make it a bit more fluffy. I want to start coiling the hair right now, and what I'm doing is using my fingers just to cut out the up part of the hair and clip it away with my hair clip. What I'm going to do next is just use my small comb to comb through the hair. Don't forget to spray your heat protectant spray, and I'm using that hot coiling wand to straighten the hair. And while I straighten the hair and I've achieved the straightness that I want, I start to coil the hair on the downside of the hair. You notice that what I'm doing for this particular coiling is I straighten the hair first, then I'm only going to coil the bottom part of the hair, only the bottom part. And after coiling it, I use my hair clip after I hold the hair together to clip that area that I coiled. I clip it on one side with the big clip, and I use the smaller clip to clip it on the other side to secure it up there. So I'm going to spray my heat protectant spray, comb through the hair, and then start straightening it with that hot coiling wand. I straighten it until I achieve the straightness that I desire. Then I start coiling the bottom part. I coil it just to meet the other one that I had coiled on the same level. Then after it has really taken the heat well, I take it off and I use my hair clip to clip the hair up there on both sides. I'm going to keep on doing this until I coil the hair all over. And please, if you're watching this video and not subscribed to my channel, please support your girl. Please click on that subscribe button right below or on the side. I don't know where you're going to see the subscribe button, but please click on that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos. And also turn on the post notification bell so that you know when I upload a new video to my channel. Share this video with somebody who is going to learn from it. Share this video with somebody who would really appreciate it. Because the truth is, if you have a friend that doesn't really style her wigs well, and you see my videos and you don't share my videos with her, it's more like you don't really see her as a friend. It's more like she's your competitor. If you want your friends to do well as you are, to look good like you do, share my videos with them. If you're learning from them, share my videos with them. And also check out my ebooks on my website, how to start your hair business, hair extensions, and how to test its quality. You can also order wigs from me on my business page on Instagram at ENL Beauty Hair. I sell custom made wigs for beautiful queens all over the world. So back to coiling the hair. You can see what I'm doing. I use my hot coiling one to straighten the hair, then I coil the bottom part and I hold the coils up there for a few seconds or even close to 1 minute. When the hair has taken heat, I take off the coils and I clip the hair up there so that the heat cools down before I take off the hair clips. You need to do this judiciously, and when you're taking sections of the hair, make sure the section you're working with is not very big, because you want the hair to really take the heat well. Because if you don't straighten the hair very well and you're not working in very small sections, you might not be able to curl the hair very well, because we want curls that when we comb it will still be very voluminous and fluffy and wavy even after we comb out the curls. But for this tutorial, I'm not going to comb out the curls, but probably much later I'm going to show you what the curls look like when I comb it out in probably one of the short videos that I typically share on my business page on Instagram at ENL Beauty Hair. So if you want to see what the curls look like combed out, just follow me on Instagram and just watch my short videos that I upload to market my wigs. You'll notice that this particular curl pattern is different from the regular curl patterns that I've always done on my videos. The other ones I typically do, I coil the hair all the way to the upper. But for this particular curl pattern right here, I'm only coiling this hair like half of the length of the hair. I'm not coiling the entire thing. For the upper part of the hair, I sort of straighten it, and then for the bottom part, I coil it. This particular curl pattern is what these hair factories tend to call the egg curls. This is what they call the egg curls. So you notice that just the bottom part has the curls while the upper part of the hair is straight. So this is how you can achieve the egg curls. Yes. So I apply my hair serum, which is the Moroccan argan oil serum. I spray my heat protectant spray and I go in with a hot coiling wand to straighten the hair. And when I get to the bottom part of the hair, I start adding those curls to the bottom part to meet with the other hairs that I had curled, to meet the hair on the same level as it meets the other one. And take note, like I said, when I was cutting this hair, I created the curl patterns. I cut the hair to be in such a way that it has 3 levels. So the bottom part, when I'm coiling it, is on one level. The second layer, when I'm coiling it, is on that second level. And on the third area, when I'm coiling it, it stays on that third level. So this is the pattern that I'm following even while I'm styling the wig. I'm following the same pattern in which I coiled it. I'm going to do the same thing until I complete the entire process of coiling this hair. And after coiling the entire hair, I'm going to leave the clip to be on the hair for at least 3 to 4 hours. So I can just leave it overnight. Then the following day, I'm going to take off the hair clips from the hair, so you get to see what the final look of this hair looks like. So you just know that the basic thing about this particular style is that I just coil it to some extent. So this is the next day right now. As I'm taking off the hair clips from the hair, I'm going to quickly take off all the hair clips and I'm going to show you what the hair looks like. You can see this area right here that I added those layers looks sort of short. But when I start taking off the hair on the middle part, you can see that it's beginning to look longer, unlike that front side that looks like it was sort of short. That's the idea of layering your hair, because those shorter areas is going to sort of frame your face, while the longer part just relaxes on your back, or you can even flip it forward to sort of flow with the face framing layers that we added on the sides of the wig. So this is what the hair looks like right now. I'm going to use my hot coiling one to sort of straighten the hair on the back of the wig, and this is what the finished look is like. If you liked this video, if you liked how this wig turned out, let me know in the comment section. If you want to see more hairstyling tutorials on our YouTube channel, let me know in the comment section. If you loved how this wig turned out, please make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up and share it with somebody who is also going to get value out of it. Yes, I really like the way this look turned out. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial, my queen. Thank you so much. Don't forget, be bold, have courage, live a positive life, and I'll see you in my next video. This is what the hair looks like on me. Yay. Tell me what you think. Do you like it? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.